Welcome to the show, guys. Joseph Robert Camo, the fantasy football counselor. This show is brought to you by Pristine Auction, guys. We are doing a giveaway. It's this week for the signed Justin Herbert jersey and the Kyler Murray signed speed helmet behind me. To enter, guys, very simple. Go to pristineauction.com. Use promo code SWAGLINE. You're in for all draws moving forward, guys. This is huge, guys. Pristine Auction giving away amazing giveaways, guys, including this week. I'm giving it away this Sunday, guys. Justin Herbert signed jersey and Kyler Murray signed speed helmet. PristineAuction.com. Use code SWAGLION. Let's get to the show, and welcome to the show. We've got Tanner Pfeiffer. What's going on, Tanner?
What is going on, Joe? Thanks for having me on.
I'm excited to dive into NFL Week 7 preview, matchups, predictions, open discussion, NFL Week 7 injuries, NFL fantasy football spin injuries.
Absolutely.
Everything right here for you. We're going to dive into that right here, right now. Now, if you guys aren't following Tanner, how do they find you?
I am on Instagram. It is Pfeiffer Football. It's Pfeiffer, P-H-I-F-E-R. You will see it on the screen, my name right there. I have almost 37,000 followers, so go ahead and join the community. It'd be awesome to find me, and I'm on YouTube as well. You guys will see NFL news videos every single day.
Now, Pfeiffer is tough to spell for the people listening in the car. How do they find you on Instagram? How do you spell Pfeiffer?
P-H-I-F-E-R. Pfeiffer Football, all one word.
It's like Michelle Pfeiffer, the actress.
Right? She spells it differently, but yes, pronounced the same.
She does spell it differently. Okay, I thought it was spelled the same.
Uh-uh.
All right, we're going to get into the full preview, guys. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys do subscribe and head over to manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. Save yourself 20% on some amazing trimmers. The holiday season's here. I know Tanner's got himself a trimmer. He's been shaving his balls regularly. The women are very happy as of late. Are they, Tanner? They're happy.
Absolutely. Always happy. You got to keep the ladies happy.
Absolutely, guys. Use ShowerLion at manscaped.com. All right, let's dive into it. So we record this Thursday morning. We got a Thursday nighter tonight. We got Denver versus Cleveland. Again, if you're listening to this Friday, Saturday, like I say always, fast forward 2 or 3 minutes. Let's get to the games on the weekend, including the Monday night football game. Now, I've been watching a lot of basketball. I don't know. Basketball's back. Have you been watching that a little bit? Do you get into basketball?
I don't, unless it's college and I start watching my college team, but I'm not a big NBA guy.
Yeah, I've been getting into it. Just gives me something else to watch in the downtime in those days where football's not on. So it keeps me kind of excited just watching that. So, and it's good for the sports hobby, sports cards and stuff like that. So that, you know, because it's
definitely good to stay on top of it, especially if you're in the sports card business.
Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about the Thursday nighter here. Denver versus Cleveland. Cleveland being 1.5 point favorite here. That's what I've got. Now we know Baker is out. From what Tanner was telling me prior to talking to the show, Baker apparently needs surgery, but he's going to probably wait till after the season. So Case Keenum is starting. Yes. What do you think of that? I mean, that's tough, man, to come out and still want to play.
Yeah, Baker was pushing to play. He actually said, I believe in a press conference that his shoulder came out of socket and he actually tore, I don't know if it's like a rotator cuff, but he tore some kind of muscle. Excuse me. Tore some kind of muscle in his shoulder. Says he was going to come and play through it. But obviously the team doctors and staff says differently. They ruled him out and said that Case Keenum is starting. Case Keenum then came on a press conference and said, he's like, I've been ready to play. Ready to lead the team. He's excited to play, but now I believe you're still going to be without running backs Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
So look for Dearness Johnson guys off the waiver wire to get the start. Probably get quite a bit of volume.
I bet he will.
15-point floor for him. Again, the over-under not very high here. 41 points over the under for the Thursday night football game. Again, Cleveland with the backup coming in, I am suspect a little bit, but they are at home, so that kind of gives them a slight advantage. Teddy Bridgewater, he's got to stay in the groove with his receivers. I mean, we had Noah Fant having a big game last week. It's going to be an interesting game, something to watch on Thursday, but I'm not overly excited. Both these guys are contenders. They're both 3-3. It's not like they're not like the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. Who probably have no shot this year. But, it's something to watch on Thursday, but I'm not overly excited about this game.
No, I'm not excited about this game at all, to be honest with you, especially since Baker Mayfield's out. Teddy Bridgewater came off a concussion last week, and now he's coming off, I think, some other injuries. He's expected to play tonight, but, it's just not one of those superstar players or, quarterbacks that you go and love to watch play.
Yeah.
Both teams right now, let's see, you can look at, the Browns' passing yards per game 227.8. That's 26 in the league. So just like, I don't know. They're just not exciting offenses. I mean,
No.
overall, I believe that the Browns offense is 8th, but without Baker Mayfield, you're not going to see Case Keenum try to drop back and pass 40 times.
So who wins this game if you had to choose? I'm going to go. I don't trust Case Keenum. I'm going to go with Denver to win this.
I'm going to go with Denver as well, just because they have a really strong defense. I think the Browns defense is really strong as well, but they might feast off of Case Keenum, with the cornerbacks that they have.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to see. All right, man, let's move on here. Now we're in the Sunday night 1:00 games. I'm looking at the Tennessee at home, 5.5-point underdog to KC on the road. Coming in 57.5 is the over-under. Vegas odds, I mean, they're assuming that this is going to be a high-scoring game. So I'm looking at this matchup, 4-2 Titans, 3-3 Chiefs more in a must-win situation. They got some slow starts. Like if you looked at it last week, Mahomes looked like crap at the beginning, then turned it up.
Yeah, he did.
Tannehill's got a good match. I'm not sure how healthy is Julio Jones coming back. I haven't heard much of him. He should be back in the game. He was playing last week.
Questionable, I believe.
Always banged up. Always banged up, that guy.
Always. He's not relevant in my opinion. I mean, he does okay when he plays, but I mean, you're not going to get as many targets when you're with the Titans. Just stay away.
Yeah, I mean, if you neutralize the Henry game, you've got yourself a chance here. I don't know if KC can do that. Their pass defense sucks as well. So,
oh my God, they have been like as bad. I mean, this is the worst defense I think Patrick Mahomes has had since he's entered the league.
And the thing is, you need a guy like Pat Mahomes, and you need that high octane offense when you have a defense that bad, because you need a lot of points on the board to stay in games. Because if you don't have an offense that puts up points, you're done. You're done.
Yeah, so overall, the Kansas City offense is second in the league, second in passing yards. They're 10th in rushing, 5th in points per game. The key here is their third down conversion percentage is actually first in the league compared to the third down conversion percentage for Tennessee's 19th. But overall, the Chiefs have the 29th ranked defense. So
nice. Well, I mean, for fantasy, in regards to fantasy football, you're looking at Tyreek Hill, must start, had a decent game last week. And when you look at that Henry, obviously a must start. Again, I'm still not sold on AJ Brown. This is a guy that everybody promoted as a top 7 receiver going into the season. I said, you know what? I don't think the volume is going to be there. Sure enough, it has not been.
No, and I think last game he went into the medical tent twice. So
wow.
I don't know. It's just something to keep your eye on.
I'm going to go Chiefs win this one. I mean, they're a 5.5-point favorite. I think it'd be closer than people think. Again, Tennessee being at home, that's kind of an advantage. And then you got Tannehill, who's got an opportunity to light up that defense, light it up. I mean, Tannehill, light it up. You don't hear that too often. It's going to be close. I think it'll be closer than people think.
I'm not really expecting a shootout or a blowout. I do see the Chiefs taking this just because they're, they need to get back on track. And it's Patrick Mahomes. You can't really bet against him. But I just don't trust that Kansas City defense. So
no,
I don't know, but the Chiefs are going to take it.
I got Chiefs winning this one too. All right, we got Atlanta coming back off a bye week. Now, did you see the story that happened on my Instagram? Kyle Pitts back to modeling, and I have an issue with.
I saw that
modeling during the season. I know these guys got to make money, Tanner, and I get it. But when you're taking time out of modeling and you hate fantasy football, but you'll model. I mean, fantasy football is the reason you guys are doing well, because we are following you because we're interested in your fantasy relevance. So you're getting a fan base that then you can in turn make more money, right? With your promotions and stuff like that. So long story short, he did this modeling picture. I went in there and I said, in the comments, I said something like fantasy above modeling, something like it's more important than modeling or something along that line. And he deletes it. So then I do a video on it. So people are now going to his comment section of his last photo and saying fantasy above modeling. So that's kind of some Kyle Pitts drama for you. A guy who had a breakout week a couple weeks ago before the bye.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these guys got to get, focus on football, build your foundation with football. Then the modeling and the money will come. But I kind of get it. They got to make money too, right?
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about it. He probably doesn't care about fantasy unless he plays fantasy. But, for the fantasy relevance, I don't know. It's pretty funny that you got on his radar like that.
I always do. He's a quiet guy. Seems like a nice guy. But, again, deleting comments. Unacceptable, Kyle Pitts. In regards to this game here, they're away. Falcons are away. 2.5-point favorite. Matt Ryan and Pitts coming off a rested week. They're a hotter team right now. And then there's Tua, who is back in. They're 1-5. They're at home. Now, what's the story? Is there a rumor that Watson's going to end up with Miami? I heard that, but then I heard it's not going to happen. Like, is it going to happen? Do you know anything?
So the latest I've heard, now, okay, this is to, take it, what's that saying, with a grain of salt. I've heard that a deal for Deshaun Watson could be done by this weekend, and it's going to be done by the November 2nd deadline. But from what I've heard from somebody else is that he's actually going to land in Miami. Like, he's going to get traded to Miami this weekend. Now, I don't know how true that one is, but I've also heard that there could be a three-way trade with Washington, because Washington is looking at Tua, because the Aaron Wilson on Twitter, he's a Texans insider, actually tweeted that the Texans have not and will not have interest in Tua as a quarterback. So he's not going to be included in a package if Miami trades for him. So
Right.
I don't know.
It's
It's
gonna be
tricky.
interesting. That's interesting to hear that. And
Could be
again,
a 3-team trade, though. That's what we're looking at.
that's a hard blow for Tua, a guy who probably wants to establish himself in Miami and thought that this is home for him. And Miami obviously doesn't believe in him. They want the better quarterback, and it's like that's tough. I mean, Miami does need a good franchise quarterback. I don't
They
think Tua
do.
is
Tua, to me, he's not the answer.
no.
He's not what that offense needs. He may succeed somewhere else. And I also think that whole franchise in Miami needs more than just Deshaun Watson to succeed. But I do think it's going to be a huge upgrade for sure. But
Especially, I'm moving down there. I'm moving down to South Florida, and I want to watch a good team. I don't want to watch a crappy team.
yeah, and Tua, I mean, they just haven't been. They're not explosive like they're expected to be, and
No.
Tua is not the answer for that team.
No. So who wins this game? I'm going to go Atlanta winning this game, and yeah, that's an easy one for me, especially if Tua's playing. You got to imagine it. Would you play with a chip on your shoulder? Or would you play more like I don't give a shit?
I play with a chip on my shoulder. You got to prove.
That's true. Higher sell value, more teams.
Yeah, you got to be like, you play with a chip on your shoulder. You come out there with like a more serious attitude and kind of do that whole, was it Kirk Cousins sayings like, you like that?
Yeah. He's
do
definitely
that
got to
and maybe get
perform
the crowd pumped and come out with a dub. Who knows?
and get other teams interested in you.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
exactly.
so yeah, you got to admit he is playing with a chip on his shoulder. So yeah, I'm still gonna go Falcons to win this, but they're notorious for throwing games and just crapping.
Yeah.
Near the
I
end.
mean, the Falcons could have a lead in the fourth quarter, then blow it. I think the Falcons team is better overall, especially the offense. So I'll take Falcons, but
All right, next matchup here, we got a red hot team. We got the Baltimore Ravens, 6.5-point favorite over Cincinnati Bengals. That Joe Burrow Chase connection makes them 4-2 versus 5-1 Lamar Jackson. 6.5-point favorite, like I said, are Baltimore at home. 47 is the over under. I'm taking Baltimore at home to win this. But again, I think both teams are looking good. And again, Lamar Jackson, you got to give this guy credit because he doesn't have a lot of weapons. He's got Mark Andrews, and that's it. I mean, really, I'm not sold on his weapons. I just think he is the real
never
deal.
have been.
No,
Hollywood Brown, like he's had a few like pretty big explosive plays, but he's not your Keenan Allen. He's not a Tyreek Hill. He's not
no,
Devontae Adams. You got Mark Andrews. That's his only like safety target.
that's it. And he's got his
Um,
wheels, he's got his elusiveness, and he's got his work ethic to win. And that's what I like about him. So, Baltimore at home, I think they take this. I mean, they're 6.5-point favorite. I think that sounds about right. They might win by a touchdown. I don't see it, being a blowout either direction. It'll be an entertaining one to watch at 1:00 for sure, based on their records.
I'm gonna throw a wild card. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
To win it outright?
Yeah, I like their offense, and I like what they showed against the Packers. If they can keep that kind of momentum, I don't know. I think that could be a fun game, and I'll take the Bengals.
All right, let's move on here. Another 1:00 game. This is a snoozer. I don't want to spend too much time here on this one. Not excited other than to watch the prospect that is Mac Jones here. But at home, we got the Patriots 7-point favorite over the Jets. In regards to the spread, and 42 points is the over under. Again, I got to go Patriots here at home. Belichick, that offense. Zach Wilson, 1-4 versus 2-4 Mac Jones.
Yeah.
This game, I mean, it's a divisional game. I'm not excited though. I mean, I don't know. What do you think of this one?
I got to take the Patriots. Mac Jones is looking impressive as a rookie. Not like great or anything, but he's impressive.
Yeah.
He kept them in a tight game. Who was it? Last week or the week before? He kept them in a really tight game against a really good team.
Yeah.
Was it last week? I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't really follow the Patriots that much.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, he almost won a game. And it was a big game, but right now you got to take the Patriots. The Jets are literally rank 30th or worst in almost every offensive category. So
Yeah.
they're literally like second to dead last in everything.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sorry, I forgot about this. Patriots had the 20. It was 29-30. Dallas won in overtime.
Dallas, yeah.
That's the one. It was a little high. I wasn't watching that game at the time, but yeah, that was an exciting finish from what I heard. Close one.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it, but that was it. They lost in overtime, and would have been a very impressive win for Mac Jones.
All right, let's move on here. I'm going to go Patriots to win that. You agree, right?
I agree.
All right. So next one here, the Giants at home 3-point dog versus Carolina. I mean, the Giants, they're banged up. I don't even know when Saquon, but you haven't heard anything on Saquon, have you?
I haven't, but I could find out.
Neither have I. I mean, we had that rolled ankle, the big ball. He wasn't placed on IR from what I know, which I would assume, 2 weeks is probably where he might come back next week, but we need him back. I need him back for fantasy because I got James Robinson and Najee on bye week this week, and Barkley hurt, so I'm really thin at running back, and I go robust RB. I can't imagine other people who don't go robust RB and have running backs that get hurt. And there's been a lot of injuries to running backs. So we've got again the Giants 3-point underdog at home versus the Panthers, who are a 3-point favorite. 43 points over under. 1-5 Giants, 3-3 Panthers. I don't think Christian McCaffrey's still on IR. So you got Chuba Hubbard in there, DJ Moore doing his thing.
Man, talk about a snoozer.
I don't know. It's going to be a snoozer, but I'm going to go Panthers to win this one. I don't, unless Daniel Jones pulls something out of his ass, which
no,
I don't know.
They should have gotten rid of him to me 2 years ago. I mean, like, he's just not an explosive quarterback. He may have a couple good games here and there, but it's not. It's going to be the Panthers. And I'm not saying the Panthers have the most impressive offense either, but I mean, come on. Like, it's the Giants, and they're just not good.
They're not going to win. All right. This is your team here. Packers at home, 8.5-point favorite versus the Washington football team. I know. Aaron Rodgers in the groove, 5-1 versus 2-4. Washington football team, 49 points is the over-under. High scoring game projected. I mean, Washington just not getting it done. I mean, the quarterback, Taylor is good for coming in as a backup for the season. He's done okay from a fantasy perspective, but again, Terry McLaurin not looking like Terry McLaurin. We got Antonio Gibson not performing. That offense is not looking good. The Packers are kind of in a groove here, so Packers should win this game. Easy.
Packers are on, a 5-game win streak after starting 0-1.
Wow.
They don't put up as impressive numbers as they were last year, especially as they were last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at their offensive stats right now. It's all the highest that they have is points per game. That is 15th in the league.
Right.
15th best. So they are on a 5-game win streak, and I do think that they're going to continue to get better.
Yeah.
Defense is looking okay. And the Washington football team, here's the thing, is their defense was expected to come out and just do so good this year. They're almost dead last in every category, right there with the Jets. And their defense continues to play like this. Packers going to feast.
Yeah, they had high expectations. That defense just didn't live up to the hype.
No, they even took a step way down.
Yeah.
All right, Packers all the way on that.
Packers, unless there's some sort of catastrophic upset there.
Yeah.
All right, next one here, we've got the Raiders at home. Derek Carr. I mean, that whole offense, with Gruden being gone, a lot of people were suspect in regards to how they performed. They came out and won last week. And then you got Jalen Hurts, who's still trying to discover his identity, figure himself out. He's a good player, but that offense hasn't been going. This is an entertaining one again because I got Jalen Hurts card stock. So I need him to have a good game here. I need him to beat Derek Carr. I want to win for the Eagle. I'm going to Eagles based on the fact that I've got Jalen Hurts cards, and hopefully he finds his groove this week.
Okay, so here, all right. So I've got running backs on bye, and I've had Josh Jacobs on the bench literally all year. So it's a pretty good running back to have on the bench at least. He's like a tier 1-ish running back. Yeah. So I'm going to start him. I only want him to have a good game, but I'm kind of rooting for the Eagles. I hate to say that. But I want Jalen Hurts to succeed. And I
Me
really
too.
hope they blow out the Raiders. I'm not a Raiders guy.
I mean, Raiders did win 34-24 versus the Broncos last week.
They
Again,
did.
kind of showing a little bit of a spark there with Gruden being gone. Again, I think people thought they would be dismantled and they'd come out weak and just confused. And again, that win kind of boosted some confidence. Say, we're good. We're good without Gruden. We can do
But they're
this.
still not. The Raiders are not going to win a Super Bowl.
I don't see it. Not with Carr. Not with
No.
Carr. Not with the weapons they've got now. I don't see it.
They may get to a playoff, but they're just they're not intimidating to me.
Yeah, I'm going to go Eagles to win this game. They definitely need to win. I know they're on the road. I know Raiders are hot after last week, and I get it. But
I think we'll see another shootout.
Yeah.
Derek Carr, he's good at leading those comebacks. He is, and I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, and I think Devontae Smith had a low game for fantasy last time they played. So I think Smith gets a little more involved. I mean, Ertz is gone now, so I think
Ertz is gone, but I believe Goddard's out.
Is he out still? Okay.
Yeah, he was as of last night.
Oh, man, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for Hurts. But Hurts is hungry. He's in the groove. It was a tough. I think they lost. Did they lose last time they played? I know it was a tough loss. It was a really tough loss. Their last one. I got to take a look. They're playing Carolina. They beat them in week 5, and then it was the week 6 where they were close. They were starting to come back, but they lost. I was watching that game. It was versus the Bucs, and they lost 28-22. And they were coming back, man. They were playing hard, but they just couldn't finish it off.
Talking about the Eagles or the Raiders?
Eagles versus the Bucs the week before.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm going to go Eagles to win this one. Squeak it out. They're more desperate. 2-4 versus 4-2. The desperate team wins this one.
Eagles, yeah.
All right, this one, I don't want to spend too much time on this one. The Rams are going to win this. They're a 15-point favorite. They're at home. I mean, they're 5-1 versus 0-6 Lions. Lions suck. Can we move on to the next one? Unless there's anything you want to say about this one.
The only thing I got to say is you better freaking start Cooper Kupp and maybe Robert Woods.
Oh man, it's just bad. It's really, really bad. And start the Rams defense in all fantasy platforms. All fantasy Rams defense everywhere.
The thing is the Lions offense this year actually started looking decent. They were utilizing Hawkinson, but since then, I mean, everything has just gone down.
They can't get it
for
together.
The Lions. They just taking steps backwards every single week. It's like they're getting worse, which is absolutely crazy to think. But
and Stafford's going to be ready to light them up, man. It's Detroit.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah. It's his former team.
Yeah, so it's going to be exciting to watch to see. Or they're gonna, Goff is going to say, "Hey, you did me wrong. I'm the better quarterback here," and he pulls up a win. But I really doubt it against that Rams defense.
Here's a tricky question for you, Joe.
Yeah.
Who do you start at quarterback? Do you start Stafford or? Well, I guess Herbert is on bye. Well, so I have to start Stafford.
Yeah, you have no choice. Herbert's on bye.
Yeah, so because I got those two quarterbacks, but Herbert's on bye week, so I'm happy starting Stafford. I think he's gonna go out this.
Have a good week for sure. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Bears. 3-3 Bears, 5-1 Buccaneers at home in Tampa. 12.5-point favorite are the Buccaneers. I think Chicago keeps it closer than 12.5 points. But again, Justin Fields, do we trust him yet? I don't. So
I don't trust him yet. No. I actually see the Bucs covering the spread. I am not a Bucs fan. I'm not a Brady fan. But Bears suck.
Bears do suck unless their defense pulls something and keeps them somewhat into this game.
They can't ride on their defense literally all year long.
No.
I think that they're just going to get tired against this offense. Bucs are going to cover that 12.5-point spread.
And what a bust Allen Robinson's been. I mean, this is a guy that was drafted, I think, 3rd round or something.
I
stayed away.
People were literally taking this guy like so soon. I'm like, why? Bears offense is never intimidating.
Never.
I don't understand why people were so high on him this year. I never picked him. I wouldn't even have taken him if he was available in the 6th or 7th round.
I got Mooney for free. I got him for value, like super late. And he's been doing pretty. He's got some safe games, Mooney. I think he's the better of the receivers. So
he's younger. He's going to be the number 1 there for the future.
Possibly, yeah. All right, next one here. We got Arizona at home, 17.5-point favorite. Very doable. I mean, against Davis Mills and the 1-5 Texans. Man, oh man, they should light up the Texans here. I mean, this is another blowout potential game.
The Cardinals have a great shot, starting 7-0 in the year. That's
Yeah.
for sure. I don't see the Texans winning this unless the Arizona just kind of comes out and flops. They're unprepared for the game,
Yeah.
or just sore, or who knows. Unless that offense just doesn't start clicking for some reason. But I
Imagine
really do see they're going to start
imagine
shutting it out.
upset schedule here. Upset. Imagine if Detroit beats the Rams and Houston beats Arizona. Can you imagine what that would that'd be crazy.
What if you put like $5 on each team?
I know, right? Can you imagine?
And
Um,
that'd be a crazy week. And then there'd be no team left in football that doesn't have a loss.
any given Sunday, right? So that's a 4:00 game, 4:25 Eastern. Cardinals are going to win that game. I don't see it any other way unless,
Yeah.
like I said, it's some sort of fluke. Davis Mills comes out in a cape or something like that. I don't see it. And then Monday night, is this the Monday nighter or Sunday nighter? We got the Colts 4-point dog versus San Fran. I was looking at this. I don't see any reason why the Colts shouldn't win this. I mean, Carson Wentz came off a hot week. I mean, why wouldn't they win this one? Other than the fact they're on the road.
The only reason they won't win this game is if they don't target Pittman more.
Yeah, they got to use them. They're not doing
They've got to use him. He had a great week, 2 weeks ago? And then last week he had like 2 catches.
but they went to
So,
Hilton for a deep ball. Wentz was using a couple others. I think Campbell caught a deep ball.
but I think Hilton's out again.
Is he out? I got him.
He got hurt. He got hurt last week. His
Uh,
week back, he got hurt.
Oh my goodness, the guy's way
Yeah.
out of class.
Let me see. TY.
But yeah, in regards to this one again, 44 points the over under. I got the Colts covering this. Again, they're on the road though. That's an issue. But Carson Wentz, man, now is your time. And I keep saying now is his time, but he's got some momentum coming off last week.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Paris Campbell landed on IR, so that's a Colts receiver out. TY Hilton questionable to play. Looks like head coach Frank Reich is unsure if he'll suit up or not. So Pittman could have a great week.
Yeah. So I'm going Colts to win
Colts.
this one. Yeah. All right. And then the Monday nighter, are you excited about this one? Seattle and the Saints. I'm not. I mean, 2-4 Saints. 2-4 Seattle versus 3-2 Saints. Saints are the 5-point favorite. 42.5 is the over under.
Are you excited to watch Geno Smith? Who says that? Like nobody. I'm not.
He did good last week. Like if you looked at him, he came back and started winning, and that's what I like to see. He tried. Russell Wilson's coaching at the sideline. I don't know how much difference that's making, but when they were playing the Steelers, we thought it was like, no, there's no chance Steelers are going to win. And then Geno Smith started to come back. But again, it was a lot of that was, I don't know if you watched that game, but Alex Collins came in and ran for like 101 yards. They did a whole
saw his highlights.
They were just smashing the ball, like smashing with the football, run the ball. It was like they were grinding out yards. It wasn't pretty, and they almost won. But yeah, I'm not excited about Geno Smith. And
Winston, I think, has slowed down a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just not too excited. I don't believe I have any fantasy players for Monday night.
Yeah.
But it could be interesting. I think I'm going to take Seattle though.
Yeah, Seattle at home, you can't go wrong, and they are due for a win badly. The coaching is good, man. I mean, how do you go back? How do you go wrong with Russell Wilson at the sideline and Pete Carroll there? They're out there grinding, yelling, making sure everything's looked after.
And you got to stay high on Alex Collins. I'm a big fan of his, so
not bad. Yeah. All right, man. That's pretty much it. Anything else in the news and notes we should know about going into this week, NFL Week 7?
Yeah, breaking news right now. Eagles just activated tight end Dallas Goedert from the reserve COVID list. So,
okay, good. So he's back.
Should be good to go for this week.
Okay, good. All right, so that's pretty much it. There really isn't anything else going on right now.
Other than nothing that's like fantasy relevant.
I got some news here. Julio Jones did not participate due to hamstring, so he might be out. I mean,
dude, that hamstring is like must be like a flimsiest rubber band or something.
He must have snapped it. Like it's been like how
God,
this is what pisses me off. It's like you've got, and I get it, you're human, but you got this injury. Like you've got the best. You're in good shape if you're in the NFL. You've got to be in better shape than us, right? You're in good shape. You've got ultimate nutrition plans. You've got all the money in the world to take care of your body. You've got the best trainers.
Yeah.
You can literally sit in a spa. You can literally sit in a massage parlor. You can get all the weight training, all the functional training, and yet you can't heal a hamstring injury in over like 2 years. What is it now? A year and a half, going on 2 years. And like, it can, like, I don't get it, man. It just doesn't sink in with me. Maybe because they're older,
Yeah, well, I think that's his thing is he's past his prime.
I don't get it, man.
His muscles are just worn out. I guess some people's bodies just fall apart faster at this
Anyway,
stage in
man,
their career.
it's just for even like Christian McCaffrey, man. Like if you look at that play, he tweaked his hamstring and he's out for like 5 weeks. It's crazy. I know
Yeah,
they linger, those injuries though.
he's out. Odell Beckham,
He
he's
can't stay
out.
healthy. 5
Yeah.
years, he can't stay healthy. That guy.
Yeah.
Odell should retire. I think
He's nothing. And Jarvis Landry really hasn't done anything there as well. So
yeah,
they don't have a receiving core.
nothing, man, nothing at all. So that's it, guys. That covers NFL Week 7 preview. Make sure you guys do subscribe, follow Tanner, and go to manscaped.com. Use promo code Caroline. Treat yourself right now.
Treat yourself.
All right, guys. We'll talk soon. We're out. See
All
you,
right, see ya.
Tanner.